Hello, dear students. I hope you all are safe and healthy. My name is Ankita, and I am teaching as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram. I welcome all of you to the online lecture series of Object-Oriented Programming, and this is lecture 14th. In this lecture, we will study about the templates and the generic programming concepts. In previous video, we studied about the exception handling mechanism. We studied the various ways to use try, catch, and throw block. What is the catching mechanism specifying an exception and throwing mechanism, and what is the way to rethrow an exception. So all these topics we have studied in the previous videos. So these are the questions which you can expect in your final examination also, like what are the exceptions, what is unexpected exception, what is the catching mechanism, and all you need to explain these questions with the help of proper examples. I have included much of the examples in the previous videos. uh, Before templates, let us define the generic programming. So generic is basically an idea which allows various type of data types like integer, string, etc., or even user defined types to be the parameters of the methods, classes, and the interfaces. Consider an example of an array, map, etc., where uh, we can use the generics very efficiently. Like they can be of any type. The method of generic programming is implemented to increase the efficiency of the code. We need not to write the code again and again, but with the same code we can operate on different type of data types. So generic programming is a style of computer programming in which the algorithms are written in terms of types to be specified later, that are then instantiated when needed for specific types provided as parameters. So templates are the best way or techniques to implement the generic programming. This also enables the programmer to write a general algorithm which will be working with all type of data. It also eliminates the need to create different algorithms if the data type is an integer, string, or character, or it is of different type. So the advantages of generic programmings are like code reusability. We can avoid function overloading. Once it is written, it can be used multiple times and with the multiple different data types. So this is the generic programming definition. And generic programming can be implemented with the help of functions as well as classes, as it was written in the first line of the generic programming definition. So templates support the generic programming, which allows developing the reusable software components such as functions, classes, etc., which supports different data types in a single framework. So in C++, templates allows the construction of a family of template functions and the classes to perform the same operation on different type of data. The templates declared for the functions are known as the template functions. Templates perform appropriate operations depending on the data type of the parameters passed to them. And these templates provide generic programming by defining the generic classes. Any function which works for the C++ data type is called the generic function, or we can say that any function which works for the different type of data types in C++ is known as generic function. So in templates, generic data types are used as an argument and they can handle a variety of data types. So what was the need for the templates? Yes, the very basic need was that we need not to write the code again and again, but with the same code, but with the same algorithm, we can operate on different type of data or variant type of data. So a template is a technique that allow using a single function or a class to work with the different data types. And using the template, we can create a single function that can process any type of the data. That is the formal argument of the template function are of the template type. So we need to just define one template type and all functioning will be done. Every time when we will call that function, that template type will be replaced with whatever data type we use to call that function. So they can accept data of any type like integer, float, or double, char, etc. Normally we overload functions. In the case of normal functions, we can overload them also. We need to handle different data types, but this approach increases the program size also, as we need to write the code again and again because we are overloading functions. And but templates, with the case of templates, it increase the flexibility of the program also, in terms of we need not to write or overload the same function and again and again. So normal function template looks like this. There is a template keyword, and in angular brackets class keyword will be there, and this is the template type. So a normal function is not a member function of any class. A normal function you can consider as a non-member function, which is not a part of any class. You can write any template function as a part of the class, or as well as a known member of the class. So if it is a normal member function, obviously its definition will be written outside the class. So let's have a look at this example. This is the example to find square of a number which will belong to different type of data. Like first time we will do square of integer, then character, and then double. So how it goes: template class T, this is the template specification basically. From this line the template function begins. This function name is square, return type is void. Any function can have return type as template type also, there is no problem. One argument is there which will be of template type. So we were talking about template type. So this template type will be replaced with different type of data each time when this function will be called. So square, it is just multiplying the number with itself. So in main function we have entered three values, one of integer, character, and the double. So with all these three values we have called square function. So one time it is for integer, second time it is for float, and third time it is for first time it is for integer, second time it is for character, third time it is for double. So every time the square function will be called, and this will replace x with the, so I will be given to the template type x, and then it will perform this square. So let's run this program in editor. Here I am using the online GDB editor. You can use any editor in which you are comfortable. So run this program. We get this output. First of all, it should ask for three values. That is, first one is for integer, and second one is for character, third one is for float value. So it will perform the square of each number. For integer we entered 6, and for g it is showing some ASCII value of this g, how is this, and for the float value it is doing square of this. So this was just a simple example. You can analyze it very easily. This was a small example. Here 4 examples are included. I have run the first example. So all 3 examples you all are required to run. Okay, so the next is working of the function templates. How the function template works when we write them for performing operation on certain data types. After compilation, the compiler cannot decide which type of data the template function will work, and when the function template called at the moment from the type of argument passed to the template function, the compiler then identifies the data type. So every argument in the template type is then replaced with the identified data type, and this process is called the instantiating. So according to the different data types, respective versions of the template functions are called. So templates can also be made as the member function. In above all examples, the template function was created as a known member function, but we can also create a template function as a member function. So this is the format. If you are creating a template function as a member function, then you have to write that function inside the class definition, that's it. But this line and this declaration of the template function will be written in every program wherein you are going to write the template function or template classes. Like normal member functions, you can also overload the template functions for different type of data, like as shown in this example. So this is print function which is having the template type A, and it is displaying the A value. Second function is having the two parameters, that is one for the template type A, and another one is for integer, that is n. So in this it is just displaying the value from 0 to n with the help of A. So when we call this method in main function with the one value, it will get, or the control will go to the function definition which is having only one parameter, and on the second calling also it will go to the definition which is having one parameter. So as you can see that there is only one argument, so compiler will look for the definition which is having only one argument here. So automatically it will go to the template function, and here we have two argument list template function also. So whatever function calling is having two parameters, it will go to the template function which is having two parameters. Okay, so no matter what type you have defined here, this is of integer type, so it will check for the member function, it will check for the function which is having second argument as the integer. So first type can be anything. T will be replaced first time for the integer and second time for the character. So that is very easy or simple program examples. So in second example we have taken two versions of the show function. One is having one parameter and another is having integer type parameter. So when we run this program, let's run this program. Due to the time constant, I cannot run all the programs at in the one video, otherwise the video will become too long. So we will execute only one example from every concept. Okay, when we run this program, so this output will be given. So when the show function was called with a character C, it will go to the template function, because अगर हमारे पास इस प्रोग्राम में करेक्टर टाइप आर्ग्यूमेंट का भी एक शो मेथड होता, तो ये जो सी ये वाली जो डेफिनेशन कॉलिंग है फंक्शन की, वो हमारी उस पर्टिकुलर डेफिनेशन पर जाती है. पर यहाँ पर सिर्फ दो ही फंक्शंस हैं, जिसमें एक तो हमने टेम्पलेट टाइप लिया है, दूसरा इंटीजर टाइप लिया है. इस केस में जो करेक्टर वैल्यू जो एज ए पैरामीटर हमने पास किया, वो हमारे टेम्पलेट फंक्शन के पास ही जाएगी. बट इन दी सेकेंड केस वी हैव पास 50, सो दैट इज़ एन इंटीजर, तो ये हमारे पास ऑटोमेटिकली इंटीजर वाली वर्जन के ऊपर जाएगी. और थर्ड कॉलिंग में हमने यहाँ पर फ्लोट पास किया है, तो हमारे पास फ्लोट टाइप का भी कोई फंक्शन नहीं है यहाँ पर जिसमें हमने फ्लोट एज आर्ग्यूमेंट पास किया हो, तो इट विल अगेन गो टू दी टेम्पलेट फंक्शन. ओके, सो this was the, that's why it is showing this particular output. Next is like a normal member function, we can also have multiple argument for the function template type. So far we have taken only one parameter in this angular bracket, but we can also have multiple template types in this angular brackets also, as shown in this example. So this example is just performing the addition of one template type into another template type. You can also run this program. This is a small program, and after running all the program, let me know if you face any problem or any error in every program, in any program. So next is class template. As template functions, we can also have a template class in our program. So this line will be same in both the cases, but with the help of keyword only. Class keyword, you will create a class name. This class name will be having data members as the template type, and the function return type is also again template type here. And what is the way to create object for the template class? You need to write the class name, object, and then object. This is the simple scenario, but to call but to create objects for the template class, you have to write it in the following manner. As you can see here. So we will run this program. This is an example of calculator. This is the example of class template, and in this program we are performing the four arithmetical operations. This is the way to create the object for the template class. First of all, we need to write the class name, then in angular brackets for which data type you are creating that object. So this is the object name. Object name can be anything. I have written this object name so that you will be able to understand that this object is for integer type and this is for float type. इसीलिए यहाँ पर मैंने object for int और object for float लिया है यहाँ पर. So let's run this program once. So class, normal class की तरह template class भी बहुत simple है. You have to just be careful about writing the program. This is the object creation of your normal class जो अब तक हम कर रहे हैं classes में भी. Let's run this program. When we run this program, so first part, this section will display the operation on the integer portion, and this will operate the operations on the float portion. So here I have created two objects, and first object is for integer, second one is for float. For integer I have entered two integer value, and for float it is I have entered two float values. So when I call this method result, in which I calculated all the arithmetic operations, like इसमें जैसे हमने यहाँ पर calling किया है, so for हमने जब यहाँ पर result function को जब हमने call किया है, तो result function is having calling of all the four mathematical operations और उनकी definition separate है. तो यहाँ पर प्लस है, यहाँ माइनस हो रहा है, या मल्टीप्लिकेशन एंड देन डिवीजन, एंड वी कैन कॉल देम विद द हेल्प ऑफ डॉट ऑपरेटर, नो प्रॉब्लम. उनकी जो फंक्शन कॉलिंग होगी वो क्लास टेम्पलेट के ऑब्जेक्ट्स में भी नॉर्मल केस में ही होती है. सो दिस इज द आउटपुट ऑफ दिस प्रोग्राम. I have pasted this output here also. So this was the template classes and template functions, and the generic functions can also be created. Like as I said, the templates are used to create the functions or classes for performing the generic programming. So this is another example of defining that how the generic functions can be created using templates. So in this method again, template, we have created one type name. This contains the type name, so that is the class. Basically it is usually class. Then t maximum, it is a program to find out the maximum or largest among two numbers. So t, x and y are the two parameters of this type name. It is returning the largest with the help of the conditional operator, and in the main function we have called this maximum first time for the integer, second time for the double, and third time for the character. Okay, so comments are also included here. You can see the output of this program by running it in the editor. And besides that, we can also work with the multi-type generics. Like एक हमने एग्जाम्पल पीछे भी किया था जिसमें कि हमने दो टाइप नेम यहाँ पर मेंशन किए थे. सो जो हमने दो टाइप नेम मेंशन किए थे उसमें एक था क्लास टी एंड एक क्लास यू. ओके, वी कैन हैव मल्टीपल टाइप नेम ऑल्सो. वी कैन हैव मल्टीपल multiple arguments as the type name also, as t and u. We have one class a. In class a we have two data members. One data member is of type name t and another data member is of type name u. So in this case we have created one constructor, and in the main function, see, this is the way to call the two. क्योंकि यहाँ पर हमने दो टाइप नेम मेंशन किए हुए हैं, तो इन मेन फंक्शन जब हम इसके दो ऑब्जेक्ट बनाएंगे, ए और बी हमने ऑब्जेक्ट बनाया है, बट फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्ट विल बी वर्किंग विद द करेक्टर वैल्यूज, बोथ आर द करेक्टर्स इन दैट केस, एंड द सेकंड object will be working with the integer and double. So consider, there is one more point I would like to tell you, that you can also give the default argument like you do in the normal cases. अगर हमें डिफ़ॉल्ट आर्ग्यूमेंट देना है, क्योंकि ये जो हमारे होते हैं ये टाइप नेम होते हैं, ये डेटा टाइप को स्पेसिफाई करता है, तो द वैल्यू जो आप यहाँ पर मेंशन करोगे दैट विल बी अ डेटा टाइप स्पेसिफिकली. सो इफ़ इस केस में अगर आप करेक्टर यहाँ पर मेंशन करते हो तो आप यहाँ पर सिर्फ एक ही पैरामीटर को मेंशन करोगे. आई होप यू ऑल अंडरस्टैंड द कंसेप्ट ऑफ डिफ़ॉल्ट आर्ग्यूमेंट्स. सो जब हम ये एक पास कर रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब क्या है, यहाँ पर ये कॉल कर रहा है ए ऑब्जेक्ट को किसके लिए, कैरेक्टर, एंड सेकेंड टाइम ऑल्सो फॉर करेक्टर, क्योंकि ये जो करेक्टर वैल्यू है दिस विल गो टू दी टी, एंड u इज़ ऑलरेडी हैविंग अ डिफ़ॉल्ट आर्ग्यूमेंट, तो जो वो u की जो वैल्यू है वो ऑटोमेटिकली वहाँ से पिक हो जाएगी, और इसका मतलब हो जाएगा कि ये दोनों टाइम पे कैरेक्टर के साथ में ही काम करेगा। ठीक है, तो डिफ़ॉल्ट आर्ग्यूमेंट का जो कंसेप्ट हम नॉर्मल फंक्शंस के केस में करते हैं यूज़, वो यहाँ पर भी चलता है। देर इज़ नथिंग मोर देन दिस टू डिफाइन इनसाइड अ टेम्पलेट। एंड यस, आई वुड डेफिनेटली से दैट जो ये एग्जाम्पल्स यहाँ पर मेंशन किए हुए हैं, एग्जाम्पल 1, एग्जाम्पल 2, एग्जाम्पल 3, all examples you all should execute once, and then you will be able to see the difference. इस वीडियो के लिए इतना ही। थैंक यू सो मच, टेक केयर।